Thank you, Deputy President. I rise to speak about the so-called March for Australia, a march that was held on Sunday, 19 October, and their links to Nazi and other far-right extremist groups. I repeat the sentiment that I've expressed before in this place. There is no place for Nazis, for fascists or other far-right extremists and their violent, hateful politics in our community or political life. I'll always stand up against these groups. There are some, though, including the Honourable John Ruddock, who claim that these are not extremist marches, that there's no white supremacist agenda, but instead they're simply a genuine expression of concern about the cost of living and access to housing by ordinary Australians. To those people, I say, let's look at the facts. These rallies were organised by, attended by, and platformed open Nazis and far-right groups, including the National Socialist Network and their close associates. These individuals and groups have a long history of involvement in extremist far-right politics, including propagating the white supremacist Great Replacement theory, hosting a meeting where the Nazi salute was performed to cheers, and promoting Nazi material online. For those doubting the white supremacist credentials, key organiser Beck Walker, also known by her alias Beck Freedom, I refer to you to the comments she made prior to the August march, as reported by the ABC. She said, quote, "Protect Australian heritage. The next step is protect white heritage, so it all means the same thing," end quote. She went on to admit the use of terminology like, quote, "protecting Australian culture," end quote, was a tactic to prevent the media calling the march a, quote, "Nazi rally," end quote. The ABC has also revealed video of Ms Walker coordinating directly with self-identified neo-Nazi and NSN member Joel Davis at the rally held in August. Ms Walker has also praised NSN members who acted as marshals at that rally, calling them, quote, "great," end quote. The examples of Nazi, fascist and white supremacist involvement and rhetoric at these rallies are so numerous it would be impossible to catalogue them fully in this speech. I will, however, turn to an instructive example provided by the Honourable John Ruddock when he spoke at the March for Australia rally in Sydney this past Sunday. The Honourable Member asked the crowd, quote, "If you are here and you're not a Nazi, please put up your hand," end quote. After a pause, he says, quote, "Well, that's pretty much everybody," end quote, but not everybody. A number of people in attendance at that rally who did not raise their hand can only be assumed to be self-identified Nazis. It seems the Honourable Member couldn't make it through his speech without making a joke at the expense of those who were killed and oppressed by the Nazis of the Third Reich. After asking attendees to raise their hands, he said, quote, "You better put up your left hand, not your right hand," end quote, an allusion to the raised arm used in the Nazi salute. The crowd laughed. A person in a video posted online of the event, whose raised arms can be seen by the camera, proceeds to alternate, raising each arm in a swinging motion, building on the so-called joke by implying they are performing a Nazi salute. There was no repudiation, no criticism, let alone a request to leave from Mr Ruddock to those who identified themselves as Nazis. Those who attend these rallies no longer have the right to plead ignorance. It has been made perfectly clear in the media and through explicit demonstration at the rallies themselves that Nazis and white supremacists are involved, organised and running them. Those who do not share those views must publicly disassociate themselves from the March for Australia and condemn these events for what they are, or accept that they are in fact supporting Nazis.